In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I got the fastest hair growth ever. This is what my hair looks like currently. And over the past 2 to 3 months, my hair has grown ridiculously fast compared to the normal rate of my specific hair growth. If you don't know me, my name is Angelica. I post videos twice a week, every single week, all about growing long, healthy, natural hair, including a little fun stuff here and there. So if that seems interesting, consider subscribing. The subscription button is right down there, as well as the bell icon. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I post. Let's get into it. So the first thing I want to start by saying is this is more of a list of habits and things that you can do, not specifically like products that you have to buy or things that you have to use. If you have a specific routine that all works together, that is what's going to get you the best results. I have been rereading a book I read not too long ago called Atomic Habits, and it is the perfect thing that can help you do anything from hair growth to life in general. So I like this example that's given about an ice cube that's sitting on a table, and the room is something like maybe 20 degrees, and they keep increasing the temperature by 1 degree, 1 degree, 1 degree. So it's like 21, 22, 23. The ice cube is just sitting on the desk. Nothing is happening. 24, 25, 26. Nothing is still happening. 27, 28, 29, 30. The ice cube is still sitting on the table. 31. Ice cube is still sitting on the table. 32, it instantly starts melting. Now, you can't say it's only the 32 degrees because it has been slowly getting to the melting point degree by degree, but only when the biggest change happened, that's when you noticed a difference. So the reason why I'm giving this example is because you might try some of these things and after 2 weeks you think, well, I've been doing this for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or even 1 month, and you're like, I haven't really seen a change, so it's probably not working, but you really haven't given it enough time for all the little things that you've been doing to add up and for you to see an actual significant change. So that's what I'm going to share with you. So the first thing starts with leaving my hair alone. This happened very unintentionally because if you're not new to my channel or you've seen any of my recent videos, you would know that I'm totally fine now. I've been okay for about over a month, but for 2 months straight, I was so sick, and it was mostly just overtraining. So I was extremely exhausted and lethargic. I couldn't do anything. I wasn't going on walks. I wasn't doing anything. I had barely any energy even to do my hair. So my hair stayed in twists for about 2 months. So what happened was I would untwist the twists and then retwist them, but then I wouldn't do anything. No styling, no fancy, nothing, nothing. My hair was just in the twists every single day. I never wore it in a twist out. I never did any fancy updos, nothing. So for this, I understand that you might have a job, you might go to the gym, you might be outside where a lot of people see you frequently, so you want your hair to look super neat and you can't just rock like these huge loose twists. By the way, it was like 10 to 14 twists. And it doesn't look the neatest, but I was in the house all day. I wasn't going anywhere, so I didn't care if my hair didn't look pretty. I felt like crap. I didn't care if I looked like crap, honestly. And so, minimal manipulation. Do as little manipulation as possible. You don't have to do the exact twists that I did. Loose on the scalp, loose on the hair, very little effort, and easy to wash your hair through the style. So before, I would wash my hair every 7 to 10 days, regardless of whether my hair felt like crap, whether it felt so dry. It didn't matter what the reason was. If it didn't hit at least 7 days, I was not washing my hair. But then recently I changed that to say, if my hair feels dry, I'm gonna wash it. It doesn't matter what day it is. So I had to wash my hair more often than usual. And the reason is because I was sick. Again, I have talked about this on the channel before as well. Hair is not a vital organ. So if your body or your immune system is severely impacted, your hair is the last thing on your body's mind, okay? It's just like there for decoration. So even if you're drinking a lot of water and eating good food, which you should be doing, your body is still going to rush to repair all your organs, and whatever's wrong with you, your body is trying to repair that. And so your hair often gets neglected. My hair was extremely dry and brittle, possibly the driest and most brittle it has ever been. Even my nails were so dry that I had to cut them. Even recently, I felt like they weren't as as good as they usually are, so I cut them again just to make sure that the nails grow back full. So the same thing that was happening to my nails was happening to my hair. So because of this, I would wash my hair even after 3 days. If it was 2 days, I would have to wash it after 2 days, because even after I wash my hair, I would use an extremely hydrating deep conditioner. I would go ahead and put moisturizer. It was still dry. It was still coming out dry. No matter how much I followed my usual routine, my hair was still so dry. And this is going to make the biggest change because waiting for your schedule, unless you absolutely have no time, is going to terribly affect your hair because your hair is like a plant. Just putting moisturizer on it is not enough. Your hair being completely soaked in water and absorbing that water actually helps it be really, really moisturized and hydrated. So I believe this really, really helped my hair as well because I didn't just neglect it. The only thing I did was, because I had barely any energy and I was tired all the time, I was just washing my hair in the twists like I usually do. So I would go ahead and do my entire wash day routine, but without undoing and retwisting any twists. I would just leave my hair in the same protective style. So tip number 3 is also very important because this one ties in with my last one, which is because I was washing my hair so often, I could not use harsh shampoos. When I wash my hair less often, I can use shampoos that have sulfates or whatever. I just pick any shampoo as long as it's moisturizing and it doesn't dry out my hair, it would do the job. So luckily, most of the shampoos that I have are already like that, so I didn't have to buy anything. So I was using either Olaplex or my Pureology sulfate free, and I was also using my Amika co-wash. So in between the weeks where I would feel like maybe after 3 days my hair is still feeling kind of like dry, even though I thoroughly cleansed it, I would just go ahead and use a co-wash because I knew I've been in the house, no access to dust or anything outside. I knew my hair was clean. I just wanted to get any moisturizer or anything off, so I would just go ahead and do a co-wash. Okay, number 4, I feel like this was all a benefit of my sickness because I had nothing to do. I had no energy to work. I couldn't film. I couldn't go for walks. So I would just find things that require very little energy to just spend a little time so I don't feel like I'm doing nothing. And so I would moisturize my hair every other day. Every other day, whether it was my wash day or not. So obviously, every single time I wash my hair, I go ahead and moisturize it. And when I moisturize my hair after a wash, I go under heat for 20 minutes and then I take a plastic cap or plastic bag off and leave my hair to air dry by itself. So what I would do is just wake up in the morning, feel my hair. If my hair feels super moisturized, fine, I leave it alone. So that was usually one day off, one day on, and I would easily moisturize. I do have a video that I can link at the end of how I moisturize my hair in twists and braids. It's the same thing. Spray my hair down with a little bit of water, go over with my moisturizer, and that's it. It literally takes me 5 minutes or less. And if you'd like to know what moisturizer I was using during this time, I finally stocked up, guys, on my all-time favorite moisturizer, aside from Olaplex number 6, the Bond Smoother. I love this one because I can use a lot of it without worrying about it running out, and it is super affordable. It is the African Pride Moisture Miracle. Now, this is one of these products. I absolutely love this. It is super thick, but not too thick. It just absorbs into my hair perfectly. I don't know what magic is in this thing because by looking at this, I would absolutely assume that my hair would hate it because it says coconut oil and baobab oil, and it has other like coconut ingredients in it. My hair hates coconut oil, but when it's formulated properly, my hair likes it. This product is the only leave-in conditioner that I can compare to Olaplex. It's definitely not the same thing. It does not do the same thing, but in terms of how impressed I am with it, like every single time I use it, my hair feels soft, it feels smoother. So you absolutely, if you want to try one of them or both of them, you can have both of them. I have both of them and I use both of them. They do different things, but just what will impress you? If you have hair like mine, super thick type 4 hair, low porosity, I think you're going to like this. Not sponsored. Okay, so tip number 5 is I oiled my scalp about 3 to 4 times a week. So not every single time I moisturized it, but every single time I washed it, I would oil it. And then maybe every other day or every 2 days, I would go ahead and oil my scalp. Because again, my hair was extremely dry, my hair was extremely brittle. That means my scalp was also extremely dry and it was just craving oil. So that's the best thing. Just listen to your hair, give it what it asks for. My hair needed oil on the scalp. My actual hair shaft rarely needs oil because there's oils in my moisturizers. Only if I want to do like a moisturize and seal, I would do that if I only have 1 to 2 days to my wash day because that can end up creating a barrier between your moisturizer. So because I said I was moisturizing every other day, if I put oil on my hair, the moisturizer wouldn't work as well. So I would only do it like on my final moisturize of the week, a day or two before my wash day. I would focus a little bit more oil on my ends, and just whatever is left on my hands, I would just like maybe wipe it on my hair. But oiling my scalp really, really helped. And the oil I specifically used is one of my favorite oils of all time. You guys will know what it is. It is my rosemary and moringa oil mix. I do have a video on how to make that rosemary and moringa oil, so I will link that at the end of this video as well. That is one of the most powerful, not one of, the most powerful hair growth oil I have ever used. It works really fast, and there's so much studies behind it, and also anecdotal just response from people trying it. You can just see, and I just absolutely love it. Every single time it finishes, I just remake a new batch, remake a new batch. That's all. Like, I have found my dream oil, and whenever I find a new oil that I want to try, I still incorporate those two just because I know they will never do me wrong. So if you want a hair oil that will really help with your hair growth, I suggest that one. Okay, so the next tip is something that is highly underrated, and this is scalp massages. If you're not new, again, you know I absolutely love scalp massages, and I would do a scalp massage every single time I massaged. Every single time I oiled my scalp. I will never put oil on my head and not follow up with a scalp massage, because this may be the reason why your favorite hair growth oil is not working. Now, of course, it's not a miracle, and a hair growth oil cannot be the only thing. That's why I was talking about habits. You have to do a bunch of things together, okay? If your hair is growing faster because of an oil that you're using, but then your hair is breaking faster than it's growing, you feel like your hair is not growing and the oil didn't do anything. To maximize the best of your oil, it doesn't matter if you're using the oil I recommended. Whatever oil you use, follow it up with a scalp massage, okay? It's really going to make the oil penetrate into your scalp. And also, just the scalp massage by itself, even without the oil, stimulates hair growth. So I highly suggest you try that. You can actually do scalp massages every single day. As long as you do them properly, it's not going to damage your hair at all. Okay, number 7 is my diet. Because the reason of my sickness was basically overtraining and undereating, which I did not realize I was doing, I had to eat more food, I had to eat more calories, and I had to improve just the overall, what's the word? The overall divide of the nutrients in my meals. So I would make sure I would have protein with every single meal. And I don't mean like a protein shake. I just mean like for breakfast, my favorite breakfast is this oat cake. If you guys would like a new what I eat in a day, let me know and I'll make it. But I am absolutely obsessed with this cake. I basically eat it every day. It's a little low carb because of the oats, but it still has carbs in it. And then it has fat from the yogurt, and it has a little bit of fat and protein from the egg as well. So that's balanced for me. Then I would have a fruit, perhaps like a peach after that. Lunchtime, again, I would have something that I would make sure, either something like fish and potatoes, or when I was feeling lazy, which was most of the time, I would just have like scrambled eggs on toast. So I would have maybe 2 scrambled eggs on toast with 2 slices of bacon on the side. Please remember, if you are vegan, you can just substitute for other forms of protein. You don't have to eat animal-based products. And then for dinner, I would have something like a big piece of salmon or chicken with rice or potatoes and a little bit of veggies on the side. So I increased my protein. I made sure whenever I was thinking of any meal, before I thought of everything else, I would be like, okay, what protein am I going to have? And then I would plan everything else around it to make sure that I have a balanced enough diet. And that really, really helps, because our hair is made mostly of protein in the form of keratin, just like our nails and our skin. So having a lot of protein in your body, but not in excess, of course, is amazing for your hair growth, as long as you can find a source of protein. Number 8 is water. I usually drink a lot of water anyway, but I was extremely serious with making sure I drink no less than 2 liters of water every day. A lot of people say they'll drink a gallon a day and stuff like that, but always remember that when people give advice like this, it's all relative to your weight, your size. I am a very small person, okay? I am just under 5 feet. I'm about 4'11". So I do not need a gallon of water, okay? I don't know where all that water is going to be going. So a maximum of 2 liters, or maybe a little bit more if I just happen to be thirsty, is fine. But I aim for about 2 liters a day. And you actually notice that some of the reason why your hair might be super dry is not because your shampoo is drying or because your conditioner is not hydrating enough. It might be that your body is just dehydrated and your hair is dry from the inside out. So I extremely focused on drinking a lot of water, and it truly did help as well. Number 9, another, every single one of these tips is extremely important. They work well together, but I don't know. I don't know if some are more important than others because they just work so well together. And number 9 is I aimed for 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single day. So on most days, I was good with a good 8 hours of sleep. It didn't matter if I slept later or earlier, as long as I got my 8 hours of sleep. And it is extremely important for me to get a straight 7 to 8 hours of sleep, simply because something strange about me, I don't take naps. I don't remember the last time I took a nap. Even when I was sick the entire time, extremely exhausted, I would just lie down and maybe entertain myself on the phone. So it is extremely important to get all those hours of sleep at night. And I was very, very diligent, and I tried to make a schedule so I would keep to sleeping at the same time and waking up at the same time, and that just helps your circadian rhythm kind of just make an internal alarm clock. So I didn't even have an alarm or anything like that, not that I was waking up early for anything, but it does really, really help a lot if you get a good hours of sleep, because your body really repairs itself and does a lot of the heavy lifting while you are asleep, because your organs don't really have to push to do anything. You're not active, you're not moving around, so you're just at total rest, and your body is going to start repairing everything that needs to be done. So trust me, getting a good night's sleep can absolutely help with your hair growth, because lack of sleep is also a cause of stress, and stress makes your hair shed even more, and it can make your hair just unhealthy in general. Okay, the next one is I did a curly trim. And I know I didn't film it, but like I said, I wasn't feeling well. I just had no energy to even try and film it. It was more like a spur of the moment thing, because I just noticed that my hair was still feeling so dry. It was really hard to start nursing it back to health. And I felt like whenever I was doing my like retwisting or even just the ends of my twists, they just looked so like dry and brittle, and like the split ends, it was just looking terrible. So what I did was I got my hair in the twists. My hair was in twists, maybe 14 or something. So basically, do your hair in 4 sections, and then in every section, I made like 3 to 4 twists, maybe 2 in the back. And then I would just comb my hair out, brush it, and then just look at the ends. And wherever it looks like very thin and just like split ends, trust me, even if your hair is curly, you'll be able to see it. If you can't see it properly, you can put a little bit of moisturizer on your ends and kind of push your hair to make it lay flat. Like, see, this hair is curly, although it's not mine. But like, if you do this, you can put a little moisturizer on it and then do this. Your hair is growing at different rates, and if you have layers like me, your hair is not evenly the exact same length all around. I actually prefer layers because it makes your hair look, like it has a little more life in it. So basically, I cut about a half an inch to a quarter of an inch all around my head, and my hair felt and looked so much better. It was so much easier to detangle, and my hair has grown so much longer than it was before the trim, which I find ridiculously amazing. I would say I've grown about maybe 2 to 3 inches in 2 months, which is crazy, in 2 to 3 months, because I usually get half an inch a month. And of course, there's a little bit of breakage in that. So I would say like maybe 1 inch over 3 months. And my hair just grew so fast. Like, I was just in total shock. So a trim really, really helps. And trust me, you're not losing out, because your hair is so much more prone to breakage when it has split ends and damage. So even if your hair is growing, it's going to be like splitting up and breaking up. So then you won't even see your length as fast. But if you just close your eyes and be like, let me just get rid of this hair quickly, let's just cut it off and be done with it. Once you do that, the hair is going to grow back, and it will look like it's grown so much faster because it's going to be so much fuller as well. Okay, so the last tip is something that I left for the last, because while it is extremely important, it is not extremely necessary. And this is, I started taking a lot of vitamins and supplements because I was sick, and I knew I needed to supplement my diet with a couple things that I knew I was lacking in, just to boost everything up. I started taking all these supplements. I'll start with the ones that I take every day, no matter what. It is a hair, skin, and nails vitamin, a multivitamin, and iron. those are the vitamins I take every day. Even if I'm like feeling okay, I will continue to take these ones. And then the other ones that I added were vitamin D, because again, I wasn't going outside. I used to go on a walk every single day, and I'm getting back to it now. But because I was in the house basically for 2 months, I was severely lacking in vitamin D, and I think I didn't have enough of it in my diet either. So vitamin D and then collagen, and I've been taking all those together, and they greatly helped. I actually have a video all about all those different supplements, why they are so important, and why I took each one, how I take them, and the benefits. So if you're interested in watching that video, you can just click it right here to check that out. And you can check the rosemary oil video right here, and also click my face there to subscribe if you want more content like this and you didn't in the beginning. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!